From Lord of the Flies, Chapter 7, Shadows and Tall Trees. The pig run kept close to the jumble of rocks that lay down by the water on the other side, and Ralph was content to follow Jack along it. If you could shut your ears to the slow suck down of the sea and boil of the return, if you could forget how dun and unvisited were the ferny coverts on either side, then there was a chance that you might put the beast out of mind and dream for a while. The sun had swung over the vertical, and the afternoon heat was closing in on the island. Ralph passed a message forward to Jack, and when they next came to fruit, the whole party stopped and ate. Sitting, Ralph was aware of the heat for the first time that day. He pulled distastefully at his gray shirt and wondered whether he might undertake the adventure of washing it. Sitting under what seemed an unusual heat, even for this island, Ralph planned his toilet. He would like to have a pair of scissors and cut his hair. He flung the mass black cut this filthy hair right back to half an inch. He would like to have a bath, a proper wallow with soap. He passed his tongue experimentally over his teeth and decided that a toothbrush would come in handy too. Then there were his nails. Ralph turned his hand over and examined them. They were bitten down to the quick, though he could not remember when he had restarted this habit, nor any time when he indulged it. Be sucking my thumb next. He looked round furtively. Apparently no one had heard. The hunters sat, stuffing themselves with this easy meal, trying to convince themselves that they got sufficient kick out of bananas, and that the olive gray, jelly-like fruit, with the memory of his sometime clean self as a standard. Ralph looked them over. They were dirty, not with the spectacular dirt of boys who have fallen into mud or been brought down hard on a rainy day. Not one of them was an obvious subject for a shower, and yet hair, much too long, tangled here and there, knotted round a dead leaf or twig, faces cleaned fairly well by the process of eating and sweating, but marked in the less accessible angles with a kind of shadow, clothes worn away, stiff like his own with sweat, put on not for decorum or comfort, but out of custom, the skin of the bloody scarfy with brine. He discovered with a little fall of the heat that these were conditions he took as normal now, and that he did not mind. He sighed and pushed away the stalk from which he had striped the fruit. Already the hunters were stealing away to do their business in the woods or down by the rocks. He turned and looked out to sea. Here on the other side of the island, the view was utterly different. The firm enhancements of mirage could not endure the cold ocean water, and the horizon was hard-clipped blue. Ralph wandered down to the rocks. Down here, almost on a level with sea, you could not follow with your eye the ceaselessness bulging passage of the deep-sea waves. They were miles wide, apparently not breakers or the banked ridges of shallow water. They traveled the length of the island with an air disregarding it and being set on other business. They were a less progress than a momentous rise and fall or the whole ocean.